Alright, welcome back to AI for Students. This is the series where we're breaking down all the best free tools you can use to crush it in your classes. And today we're talking about a tool that I think is going to completely change the way you do research. For real. Let's dive in. You know the feeling, right? It's, midnight? You've got a huge paper due tomorrow, and your computer screen is just this sea of tabs, an absolute mess. You're clicking back and forth, trying to stitch together information, but honestly, you're just getting more and more lost. So what if you could just close all of that and have one single super reliable agent do all that heavy lifting for you? Well, that's exactly where a tool called Perplexity comes into the picture. And look, it's really important to get this straight from the get-go. This is not just another search engine. Think of Perplexity as your personal research agent. Its whole job, its entire reason for existing, is to take your question, go out and do the deep dive investigation across the entire web, and then come back to you with a clear, and this is the important part, cited report. So what is the big difference here? Why is this a game changer? Well, you've probably used something like ChatGPT, right? Those tools, those traditional LLMs, they're working off a giant but static library of information. It's like a textbook that was printed a year or two ago. It has a knowledge cutoff date. And it's basically just guessing the next word in a sentence. Perplexity, on the other hand, is built totally differently. For every single question you ask it, it goes out and searches the live web, like right now. Then it pulls everything together, synthesizes it, and this is the absolute key for any student. It shows you its work. It tells you exactly where it got every piece of information. And honestly, for any kind of academic work, this is the most important thing you need to hear. You absolutely cannot afford to have your AI just make stuff up or hallucinate a fact. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Perplexity's whole system is built to avoid that. It's what's called a retrieval-first system. It doesn't guess. It goes out, it finds, it reads, and then it reports back with the evidence. That's it. No guessing. Okay, so now let's talk about what makes this tool a legit superpower for students. It's a feature that really earns it the title of research agent. It's all about its ability to do deep research, something tech folks call multi-pass reasoning. So how does this actually work? Well, when you give it a question, it doesn't just do one quick search and call it a day. No way. First, it does an initial search. Then it pulls all that info together and, kind of like a really smart researcher, it stops and asks itself, okay, what's missing here? What are the gaps? It actually identifies what it doesn't know yet. And then it goes back out and does another much more targeted search to fill in those specific blanks. Only after all that does it give you the final complete cited report. And get this, it's not just a one-and-done or even a two-step process. For a really complex question, Perplexity might run this whole search and refine loop 3, 4, even 5 times. That's how it digs so much deeper than a regular search. It's designed to find that hidden gem of data, that one crucial detail that you probably would have missed. But listen, Perplexity isn't just for writing those big research papers for your history or lit classes. It's way more versatile than that. Let's take a look at how it can basically become your all-in-one study partner, no matter what you're studying. So if you're a business student, imagine being able to analyze live, up-to-the-minute financial data. Yeah, it can do that. Or maybe you have a super dense PDF or a bunch of lecture slides. You can just upload them and ask questions about that specific material. For all you coders out there, it's an incredible tool for helping with assignments and debugging your code. And maybe the best part? When you're all done with your research, there's a feature called Perplexity Pages that, with one click, turns your entire messy research trail into a clean, beautiful report you can share. You know what? Let's zoom in on that coding thing for a second, because it's a really big deal. Because it's always searching the live web, it's amazing at finding the most recent, up-to-date documentation for different programming languages and APIs. If you've ever coded, you know what a massive headache that can be. Well, problem solved. Okay, let's get real for a minute. This is super important. Any pro will tell you that to use a tool well, you have to know its limits. You have to know what it's not good for. So let's talk about the weaknesses so you can avoid the common mistakes and use this thing the right way. So here's the golden rule. It's super simple. Use Perplexity for facts. Its writing style is very direct. It's very clinical. It's built for accuracy, which is amazing for a factual report or a literature review. But if you need to brainstorm or write a creative story or draft an email that needs some personality, some actual soul, that's when you'll want to jump over to a tool like ChatGPT or Claude. If you try to do that creative stuff in Perplexity, it's going to come out sounding like a dry Wikipedia article. Just not the right tool for that job. And just so we're crystal clear on a few other things it can't do, It won't remember your conversations from a few days ago. It works on a session-by-session basis. It's also not a creative production tool, so don't ask it to edit your videos or design your presentation slides. It's all about information retrieval. Alright, enough talk. Theory is one thing, but actually using it is what matters. So it's time for your first research mission. Let's give you a little mini assignment so you can put this agent to the test yourself. Okay, here's your mission should you choose to accept it. Step 1. Pick a topic from one of your classes, maybe something that's a little tricky or complex. Step 2. Head over to Perplexity and ask a really deep, specific question about it. You can just use the standard search. The free version is more than powerful enough for this. And then step 3, and this is the most critical part, I want you to actually explore the cited sources. Click on those little numbers, see where it's pulling the info from, and check its work. Go on, be a skeptic. So go give that a shot. And once you've done that, get ready for our next session. We're going to flip the script and tackle the other side of the coin, the absolute best AI tools for creative writing, for brainstorming, and for helping you find that unique voice in your projects. So there you have it. A seriously powerful research agent is literally at your fingertips right now. It's ready to slice through all that internet noise and give you clear, cited, accurate answers. So really, the only question left is, are you ready to make your research about 10 times faster and a whole lot less stressful? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this AI Power User Guide.